Hi, this is Justin Dibbs with Dibbs Realty Group at the ArlingtonRealEstateGuide.com, and today I just wanted to take a couple quick minutes to describe the new Hvcc or Home Valuation Code of Conduct rules that have come out in the marketplace in an effort to, sorry about that, little jet passing overhead. I'm enjoying this Saturday out on my deck here, so I thought I'd record a quick blog post, but I'll wait for that thing to pass overhead here. Okay, all good. But I wanted to take a couple minutes to kind of explain how these new rules are having some negative effects in our marketplace, and basically, the first thing that I'm seeing, these rules were established in an effort to provide unbiased home valuations for buying and selling homes in our marketplace, and in an effort to do that, they created a bunch of new rules and regulations, but in my opinion, they're not really doing the job. They're in fact having a negative effect. The first negative is that they're using appraisers that don't have a lot of local market knowledge. They're bringing in these appraisers that may not know Arlington or may not know McLean or Alexandria, and the appraisals are coming in really, really low, absurdly low sometimes, and as a result of that, there's only really one of two options. Either the seller drops the price of their house to meet the low appraisal in order to sell the property, or the seller stands firm and requires these buyers to come up with a stash of cash in order to meet that difference between what the appraisal came in at and what he wants to sell the house for. So it's causing a lot of problems from that perspective. Another problem that I'm seeing is that a lot of sellers don't want to take FHA or VA financing because those types of financing with the new rules are taking really, really long time to get an appraiser out there to facilitate the underwriting process, and most sellers don't want to be bothered with all the headache of going through that process, and the only person that really loses out is the buyer, who may be only qualified for VA financing or maybe is only qualified for FHA financing, and now they get sort of excluded from the potential of purchasing a really nice house because the seller doesn't want to take on the additional headache of VA or FHA financing at this stage of the game. Another problem is that because appraisals are taking so long to come in, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 21 days in, you can't even find the appraiser who's going to do the appraisal on a property, that the rate lock that the buyer has committed to and has locked in at the beginning of the process has expired. And now, the buyer has to shell out more money to try to extend their rate lock for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks so this appraiser can come out and do their job and get the appraisal done. They've made moving plans that are now all screwed up because the appraisal has taken so long to get done. So, they've had to probably put their furniture in storage with the moving company, which has costed them, additional dollars as well. And they've got the hassle of figuring out all the logistical problems from a utility standpoint and from a whole bunch of other things, all because these out-of-area appraisers are nowhere to be found and haven't done the appraisal in a timely manner. So, that has really backfired and blown up in our faces as far as I'm concerned. And a final negative that I'll mention is that typically in the past, if a buyer was going through the home buying process and he was procuring a mortgage through mortgage company A, and during the course of 4 to 6 weeks when they were buying the home, they stumbled onto mortgage company B, and they found with mortgage company B they could get a better loan program or a better interest rate, they could switch to mortgage loan company B and have the appraisal that they paid $400 or $500 with mortgage company A assigned to mortgage company B so that they could use the same appraisal and pick up where they left off and continue the process. Well, that is no longer being allowed with the new Hvcc rules. So in effect, they will have to start the process over with mortgage company B and spend another $400 or $500 to generate another appraisal to start the process all over again. So, in effect, extending the whole home buying process another 4 to 6 weeks from whenever they start the process with mortgage company B. So going that route is no longer really much of an option for the home buyer if they need to stick to the original terms of the contract and settle in a certain amount of time. So all in all, the new home valuation code of conduct rules are really not helping us at all at this stage of the game. They're causing a lot more problems than they are help. And that's just what I'm seeing out there. And I've had some of these negative issues impact a couple of my clients in the near past here. And unfortunately, we've had to really scramble to work around some of the logistical problems that these rules have caused. But in my opinion, it's kind of been a lose-lose right now. They've made a couple of changes as the last couple days to these rules, and I'll do another blog post again to give another update. But I just wanted to get the basics out from my first post and let you know what I'm seeing out in the marketplace with these new rules and regulations. Thanks a lot for joining me today on this nice Saturday afternoon on my deck. Again, it's Justin Dibbs with the Dibbs Realty Group at thearlingtonrealestateguide.com. I'll see you guys again soon.